Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Macedo is the best.
Okay. So, yesterday I put the post about, I'll select 3 questions. You can ask me any question. And among all the questions I'll answer 3 questions. So, I wanted a topic that was really worth it. I read some of your questions here and there. You can check the post. I'll put the link below. So I was searching for something worthwhile that I could speak at least for a few minutes. One of the topics that was that I finally selected was sent to me by my friend Mohammed. He is from Sweden. Okay, he's a Muslim guy, but now he's an atheist, and very intelligent guy. Intelligent in the sense that I like the quality of content that he sends me. He forwards good stuff, and sometimes his questions are also really good. So the question that he said was, why don't you make a video on this? And the video topic that I finally decided to speak on is about dating apps. Okay, I thought that was a really relevant question. So in this video, I'll give you my thoughts about dating apps and dating online. Okay, what do I think of it? Is it good, not good? The psychology behind it. Do men like it? Do women like it? I'll give you my thoughts. Now, among all the dating apps that are there, right now there is, I think the most popular is Tinder, where you can just swipe. Okay, and then there is, I think, the new one, Bumble. I'm not too sure. Okay, I'm sure there are many more other dating apps, but I'm not aware of it. During my time, this is 4-5 years ago, Tinder was the most popular. And then, yes, there were people who were even using marriage websites to hook up with girls. Okay, girls normally, they wouldn't use a marriage website to hook up with a guy, but Tinder was a good platform. Now, I'll give you the psychology behind men. Scratching, man. Something bit me. Okay, I'll give you the psychology behind men and women who use it. See, men normally use these dating sites just to get laid, just to have sex. Okay? Nobody uses these dating sites, especially men, for a long-term relationship. They're just looking to get laid quickly. And if you know men's biology, they just want sex fast. Meet a girl, hot girl, let's have sex, bye-bye. Okay? It's not that women don't like sex. Women like sex. But for a woman, just remember this much. It's, if you look at it, you think about it, she's putting a foreign object, someone else's, a piece of someone's body into her. Okay? So it's a very intimate thing for a girl. And she just wants to be sure, if she just wants to get laid. See, girls know for a fact that guys quickly get aroused. Okay, they know that guys get aroused quickly. Sorry for that sentence. And girls know that if they sign up for these sites, hundreds of thousands of desperate men are there. That is why girls normally don't like these apps. You'll be surprised to know most of the girls, they don't like these apps. They really dislike them. Instead, they like a real person. They like a real conversation. That's why girls hang around with guys and all that. And the girls who do put their profiles here, they get inundated with thousands of requests. So they are aware of the fact that desperate men are here. In fact, I personally know some of my clients who put their profile and they're like, Loy, this is too much. This is shit. They find it very demeaning. So does that mean every girl over there is a slut? No. But I can assure you this much. The majority of girls who are on these sites have something wrong with them. Now, what do I mean by this? Either they have bad intentions, or they are gold diggers, or they have a sinister agenda, or they are into this prostitution business, or they have very low self-esteem and they don't know what to do, or they're locked up in the house and they don't have freedom and they're searching for freedom. Because a normal girl with a healthy self-esteem who meets guys on a day-to-day, she will never, ever use such a site. And I tell you this from experience. I met quite a number of females. I've been on Tinder, I've spoken. You know, the thing about me, whenever I used to meet girls, I used to ask them really intimate questions after getting their permission. I would ask them about their periods, I would ask them about sex, I would ask them about relationships. And most of the girls I would ask about all these questions, they realized I came from a good place. They realized that I was not doing it out of wanting to be sexual or wanting to be a pervert. Hey doggy, a new dog. Never seen this dog. Yeah, he's afraid. So, see, look, doggy. Hey doggy. Now he'll keep seeing me coming close to him. He thinks I'm chasing him. So, I used to ask girls all these questions, and they used to find it very maybe strange or intriguing, but they would answer. And I'll tell you honestly, almost all these girls, they didn't like these apps. They like a personal meeting, they like a conversation, they like, to get to know the person. They even don't mind quick, speed dating, where 50 or 100 girls one side, 50, 100 guys one side, and you just go around in a circle. You have each partner for a minute or 30 seconds, you talk, switch next. So there, you don't have to necessarily have sex, or there is no hidden agenda. You just talk, get to know the person. And after the session is over, you finished everyone. Hey doggy, you're a big dog, man. How are you? To be sure that you don't jump on me. Yeah. New dog. I didn't see him. But be always careful, when a new dog comes. Okay. So, they prefer this speed dating. They prefer meeting people in groups. So they're very sure. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that girls don't want sex. Girls also have a healthy sexual appetite. In fact, girls have a more intense sexual appetite, more than men. But men, the difference is they get aroused fast and they climax also fast. And once they climax, it's very hard to get it hard. But girls just lie down, put a little bit of lube, and they can go on and on and on and on. They don't mind even 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times for them. But for a guy, after he climaxes once, becomes a challenge to do it again. And then 3 times in a row, after that, forget it. Maybe he'll not climax for a week. Yeah, doggy. He'll not climax. So now, given that girls don't like to, appear on such sites, because see, Tinder, what is Tinder? Just meet up, hook up, get laid. So girls find it demeaning for them, but guys find it fun. Hey, fuck, because guys, their minds, their brains are wired differently. It's sex, it's fun, it's a boyish thing. Girls, for them, sex, they might discuss with their friends, but it's very intimate for them. So now comes to the part, what has been the impact of this? See, before, if a guy and girl, this is pre-internet era. This is pre-apps. If a guy saw a girl, he'll have to see her, she'll have to notice him. He will try to move into her space. She has a boundary. You can't just walk up to a girl and talk, no. And then you have to earn that privilege or the right. Then finally you have to have small talk. Is she interested, not interested? And then from there, slowly build up. So it used to take time. And obviously, there's no guarantee that even after doing all this, it would work. And to gain a girl's trust would take hours, would take days, would take even weeks. But now what has happened, and yeah, the biggest one, rejection. Oh, that would be painful. You're just approaching her, hi, fuck off. Or she would be just like, just ignore. And so that was terrible. But now guys, through these apps, they can swipe 300 to 500 girls just like this. Yes, 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 yes. They can copy paste a message to 20 girls, 30 girls, 50 girls. And hardly what you have to pay. You just have to pay a small premium per month. And believe it or not, for guys, they don't mind throwing this money. So it is very easy to pay that kind of money. And guys would love to pay that kind of money. Why? Because now you have access to all the women whom in your lifetime you would have never otherwise. Okay. So that proves to be a great incentive. They wouldn't mind paying even $20, $50, $100. Why? Because so easy, man. So you just swipe 300 girls. You send a message to 300, 400 girls. And you don't have to worry about being rejected, because if she rejects you, you can't see her. You can't find her. So you don't experience rejection. So now it becomes so fucking easy to interact with girls. And that is where guys have started to become bold. They have started to become, I don't give a fuck. So they literally try anything and everything. Like I was telling you, my client who's a model, she got this guy who's in Dubai. She got this guy who sent her a photograph. Just imagine, she said hi, how are you and all that. So she was like, nice pictures. So he's like, if you want, I can share with you, some of my modeling snaps. So she was a model, he being a model, she thought, okay, fine, he'll send some modeling snaps. The photograph that he sent her, just imagine, they just said hi. They just started to talk to each other. And the first snap that he sent her was, this is like a bathroom, like, one of those expensive toilets. Where you have a shower and all that. And what he did is, he's standing there, he's standing straight. He has a towel that is kept here to cover his genitals. And he is showing a perfect six-pack ab, and he's showing his legs, and he's just covering his private parts, his balls and his appendage. And then the second photograph, he was showing his butt, from back. Now just think, in a normal real world, if you meet a girl, would you show her this kind of photograph for the first time? Absolutely not. And she was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? So then she, we were just talking. I said, I guess when he showed other girls this photograph, they were like, oh my God, so hot and this and that. So he was thinking that maybe you'll also go head over heels for him. And that's why he sent it. See, they would not send it unless, of course, they know for a fact what they assume is the predictable reaction. That is why do you think so many guys, which I find so stupid, they say, hi, how are you? I love you. Show me your Bob's vagine. And then some of them actually show their dick photograph. I could never understand that. I was never a fan of that. I don't know why someone would do that. And that was, oh my goodness, so fucking ugly. Ugly. Like, okay, fine. If you see a porno movie, okay, they make it look elegant. But this one looks so dirty. Oh. And even worse is when they, when they ejaculate. You begin to think, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Come on. And if that was not stupid enough, the most mindless thing is doing this from your real profile. You know how many guys have been exposed because of this and have their data leaked only to have their careers, to have their lives destroyed? I know one Keralite guy based in Dubai. He was okay guy. He was my friend in he had his own restaurant. He was a businessman, young guy. We were perfectly cool, nothing, no problem. one fine day, I got added by a new account. I was like, what happened? Why did he add me up? When did he delete me? So I assumed that he deleted me by mistake and he added me up. I added up, I checked, his photographs were there in this account. And then from there, no sooner did I add him up, immediately photographs of the same guy masturbating and screenshots of his conversation, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I immediately informed Facebook authorities and the account got banned. I later on understood what had happened. He is married, but he was having a sex chat with this girl, or something went wrong, and she leaked all his photographs to all his friends list. Maybe she blackmailed him, maybe it was a scammer, I don't know. Now the poor guy, he stays in a very conservative society in India. I'll tell you, his reputation is destroyed. So see, the point I'm trying to say here is the types of people who are on these dating apps is very questionable. I have physically met girls who showed themselves to be girls but were actually prostitutes. I met girls who turned out to be lady boys. Not joking, seriously. Girl said yes for sex and we met up. And only after meeting, she turned out to be a lady boy. I was like, what the fuck is this? I know you'll ask me, did you have sex? Are you fucking crazy? Yeah, if I was turned on and doing it and then I found out this has happened. The girl was, I thought it was a girl. Give me a blowjob, and finally I found out, fuck, this is not a girl, this is a lady boy. Fuck, it was too late. So then I just said, okay, climax, finish it off. I know, see, at least I'm admitting. But I'll tell you one thing. Hello, how are you? Let them go. Let these kiddies go. I don't want to say something. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, okay. So, but I'll tell you one thing. Lady boys, they say, no, a girl on a girl, the girl really knows how to give a girl a pleasure. That is so true. I met girls who were like with guys and they were also into girls. They always say a girl knows how to give a girl pleasure, whether it's going down on her or whatever. And between guys, I know this might sound revolting, but a lady boy or a guy really knows how to pleasure another guy. And that's, I know, sounds disgusting, but this is a fact. Or a prostitute, because she has been involved in having sex so many times. If she really wants to keep you happy, she will know how to do it. Okay, but at the same time, she will never get pleasure from you because she has been hammered like mad so many times. Anyway, that is something totally else. Okay, so the types of people who are on these sites are all questionable characters. Now, guys are normally desperate. Guys are normally, because it's not easy for guys to get girls. That's why so many guys are there. And 99% of all the guys are on it just for sex. Quick sex. They are just sexually frustrated. And the women who are there, they know for a fact that they are jumping into this pool of sex-starved, frustrated, sexually depraved individuals. These girls know that. That is why the girls who jump into it, they have hidden agendas, or they are the slutty types, or they are scammers, or a very few small percentage. They also like sex. They don't mind sex, and they're searching for someone who is, maybe like them, who doesn't mind no strings attached sex. I've met girls who, after talking, they said, do you want to fuck? Okay, straight away, they've just asked. They're not drunk, they're nothing. And you might think it is only older women. Oh, young girls, even 18-year-olds. Would you like to fuck? Okay. So, I met lots of women in my life. And in case you think these are only Western women, get ready for a surprise. There are Indian girls, actual Indian traditional girls, whether Hindu, whether Muslim, they are equally horny. Some of them don't want a steady relationship. I know this girl who was from a very conservative family. I used to always think like a poor thing and this and that, and it was very nice to her. One day when we were just talking, she says, do you like sexual orgies? I was like, huh? I was like, what? No, she asked, do you like orgies? I was like, what orgies? Sexual orgies. I was like, I was just taken aback. I was like, you know, I was so shocked because I thought she was like this decent, like poor thing, and I was like, no, I like to watch, but I've not done it. And then she was like, yeah, it has been my fantasy. So basically she gave me a invitation to start this adult-based conversation. Then immediately, of course, the spark went in my head. So I said, like, I wanted to continue the conversation, obviously, because even, why not? She's, believe me when I say this, she was so fucking beautiful. But I couldn't believe it. And then she was like, I was like, what do you like about orgies? And then she started to talk and this and that. And yeah, before you know it, we were at it like rabbits. But the thing that absolutely surprised me about her was she didn't want a steady relationship. She just wanted sex. That's it. In fact, I've met through Tinder. I have met married women whose fantasy is to have sex with random guys. Older women who like to have sex with younger boys. Boys in the sense, young. I'm not talking of underage. But it's such a funny thing. If you actually look at it, this is off topic, but an older woman can have sex or kiss the lips of even a young boy. But an older man cannot do it with a young girl. Have you ever noticed that discrepancy, which I never understood? And if a young boy, 14-year-old, has sex with an older woman, they'll be like, fuck, cool, man, this and that. But the reverse cannot be said, which I've never understood. Like, isn't it supposed to be the same for both? Anyway, coming back to the topic. So, now how has it impacted men and women? It has kind of destroyed the very fabric of interpersonal relationships. It has given men a false sense of pride, confidence. It has made women more afraid. It has brought a host of new challenges whereby today a guy in the real world, he may be a loser, but online he'll feel great. And that is why so many guys spend hours and hours just being online, sending 1,000 messages to 1,000 girls, copy paste. I mean, you know, I was telling my model friend, the kinds of guys who send her messages, they're not fit enough to even be a bathroom cleaner. Their personality is so fucked up. They have the audacity to send her a message. Why? Because, you just swipe and send. But in real life, they wouldn't have the balls to even pass by, even stare, even look. That cheap they are. But online you can send, no? So this has been one of the major drawbacks to this. And like I told you, girls who have a healthy self-esteem, respect for themselves, they don't like these apps, because the minute they create a profile, a tsunami of desperate guys. In fact, I'll tell you this, try this experiment. Create a fake profile of a guy, normal, basic, average, and create a fake profile of a girl. Make sure she's hot. Create both, put it up, upload. See the response rate. You'll get so many fucking responses for the girl's profile, none for the guy. Now, if you want a different experiment with the guy, create one profile with the guy and create one profile, middle-aged guy, not attractive, but filthy fucking rich. Copy some big CEO's details. Oh, it's so fucking loud, man. Copy some CEO's details, but please don't copy his name and everything else. Make a new name, put a CEO of some company, net worth, all that. I had done this for Shadi.com, which is an Indian matrimonial website. Normal profile, not mine, normal profile of a guy, handsome and this and that, hardly any responses. Middle-aged guy, not good looking, but very rich, good responses. But you know where I got the highest number of responses? Was if it was a middle-aged guy or old, not good looking, but filthy rich. And the biggest one, white passport. American or Canadian or New Zealand citizenship. Fuck. Every day there were hits on that profile. Every day there was a customer. Every day, no, not customer. What am I saying? I was thinking of Fiverr. Every day there was somebody interested in the profile, checking. The least amount for a normal guy with a, imagine, Indian passport, Indian website, no one, but good looking. No, nobody is interested. But white guy, old, 50, whatever, 50 or 55, even if you put divorcee, widowed, but white passport and big money. Fuck. So that has been, I've tried all other websites like Match.com, I don't know, so many, I forgot. But be careful, there are a lot of websites which are scammy, which will threaten to take legal action if you don't renew their membership, and they are fake. I have had this. After not renewing one website, I got threatened, oh, we'll tell the Interpol and this and that, your details, and like, fuck off, do what you want. So you be careful of that. And lastly, I know some of you will say, what about Thai Cupid, which is a Thailand-based Thai, you know, for Filipinos and this and that. See, the problem with these Asian websites, whether marriage or dating, the girls who are there on it have an agenda. Don't assume that these girls are dumb. This is the mistake people do. They think they are smart and these girls are dumb. I can assure you this much. These girls are so fucking sharp, so intelligent. You will be left with your underwear before you know it. They are the masters at manipulating emotions and feelings. And some of them don't do it alone. They have a team of friends. Some of them including, I'm not talking of Nigerian scammers. No, I'm talking of a team of girls. They literally have like 20, 30 profiles each. And their only job is this. And they catch these unscrupulous idiots who fall for the scam. They end up giving money, their details, their trust. Loud and irritating. But they end up trusting, these guys end up trusting them. Because, you know, they say, no, he's a dickhead. He thinks with his dick. That's exactly what happens. When you think with your dick, blood doesn't go to the head. And it's not just poor people. I have personally known very, very rich clients who have blackmailed for up to the tune of 100,000 dirhams, huh? Not dollars. Then they get in touch with Loy. I got naked. I was showing them my private parts and she was showing hers. But then I realized that they are blackmailing me and this and that. And I've told them how to overcome this. So, but yeah, each profile was different because in some cases they will actually do what they say. And if you're a important person or public figure, you're fucked. So, and yes, in some countries, if you complain, then you're in trouble yourself. So be careful. So anyway, the conclusion. Do I recommend you to be on the site? See, whether you're a guy or whether you're a girl, I believe everything in life, apart from smoking, drinking, alcohol and drugs, you should experiment and find out what is the result. I strongly and highly recommend you don't put your real profile. Strongly. Why? Because you do not know how they may take advantage of this or they may misuse it. Okay? Be very, very careful. Because today, especially when you give out your location and when you agree for a meetup or start chatting, you do not know where the conversation will go and how it may impact you. So be very careful. And most important, do not take someone who's famous or a public figure's profile, because you can have legal action. You might use VPN, you will use whatever you try. Don't think for a minute the law, when it goes legal, they do not have superior technology to yours. And please don't do something that will get you into legal trouble. So the example I'm giving is not to cheat anyone. The example I'm giving you is to get a feel of how the thing is. Like if you create a fake guy's account and fake girl's account just to see the interactions, likes and all that, fine, that you can experiment, but don't take advantage of anyone's trust if you just want to see the numbers. But on the other hand, if you really want to put your actual profile, just be wary of the fact, be mindful that you do not know who's on the other side. In my case, I met horny girls. Most of them are horny girls. I've never met anyone marriage material. I've never met anyone for a long-term relationship. From Tinder, Shaadi.com, one of the worst. Indian sites are the worst. Sorry to say, but they're pathetic. These other like Match.com and all that, they don't have any response. They're looking for, rich big guys. The other sites, when you try Match.com, like Matrimony, they are okay. But if you go to other B or C sites, they're actually run by fraudulent characters who give you fake reports that so many girls saw your profile. They might initiate a conversation with somebody just to keep you happy, but there's no response. And if you discontinue, they will actually send you a legal notice, which is fake, to extort money from you to continue the membership. So be careful of that. But otherwise, for me, because whatever I do, I do it like crazy. I did get many girls, meet many, sex with a couple of them. Yes, somewhere not. Here in Thailand, the girls turned out to be lady boys. Some turned out to be gold diggers. Some turned out to be prostitutes, professional massage girls. The other ones were just desperate for a relationship. Yes, there were one or two who really wanted sex bad. They just wanted to get laid. But one last thing before I conclude. Be careful of STDs. It's very real, and the person you're having sex with may not even tell you, or they may not even be aware that they have an STD. And if you're an expat in a foreign country and you get an STD, you will get deported. So just keep that in mind. So having said that, this has been my experience with online dating apps. Just be careful, be responsible, don't trust anyone, and remember, more than the perks and benefits of getting laid, there are a lot more dangers lurking out there. So just keep that in mind. All right. There are ways to verify the information. That is, if in case you're curious to know. That's why whenever I talk to anyone, straight away video, conversation, not show your boobs. This is a conversation, talk, phone number, this and that. Once a trust develops and you know the person's real, take it step by step. But the minute anything, any red flag, any suspicion, money, this, that, bye-bye. All right, and remember, people can have multiple profiles, not just one, maybe 20 also. So anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Good question. Thanks, Mohammed. Hope this answers it. You guys take care. Ciao.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Macedo is the best.